So what are the best cameras for video blogging and daily vlogs? I want to compare some of the most popular options out there and hopefully help you decide what's best for you. Hey, what's up? Sean here with Think Media TV, helping you move further, faster with media. And today, I just want to talk about some of the most popular vlogging cameras and maybe help you decide which one is best for you. And you know, when it comes to vlogging cameras, you might feel like a mosquito at a nudist colony. It's a little bit overwhelming. But seriously, picking out the right camera can be super stressful, and so I wanted to talk about some of the things that I look for when it comes to a great camera for daily vlogs and video blogging. And hey, by the way, I'll put extra show notes and links in the YouTube description below. And a lot of times I'll think of extra bonus notes and ideas later, so make sure to check those out at any time during this video. Here are just 4 things to consider that I think are really important when you're comparing camera to camera. Number 1, portability. Of course, when it comes to a vlogging camera, you want it to be portable. Hopefully it can fit in your purse, hopefully it can fit in your pocket, and as we'll discover that sometimes cameras are portable, but they're getting a little more bulky, they're a little bit heavier. So ask yourself this question: how portable and what is the form factor of it? Is it gonna be conducive to vlogging all the time with the camera? Number 2, IS. But what is IS? I'm glad you asked. IS equals image stabilization. This is one of the most important things, in my opinion, when it comes to picking out a good vlog camera. Some cameras don't have it, some have it, and it's not that good. But how good is the image stabilization on your camera? When you're out with your selfie stick and your handheld footage shooting a daily vlog, you want image stabilization. Number 3, how good is the camera in low light? When you're shooting vlogs, you're gonna shoot them in the morning, in the middle of the day, at night, in good lighting situations and bad lighting situations. And so you want a camera that is as good as possible when it comes to low light situations, which is where most cameras start to underperform. So ask that question when you're comparing them. Number 4, when it comes to video blogging, it's not just about the video. It's also about the audio, hearing what you're saying, picking up ambient noise, things like that. So ask yourself when you're comparing cameras, how good is the audio? And lastly, number 5, what is the ease of workflow? And what I mean is, when it comes to shooting the video, how are you gonna get the file edited? What are you gonna do with it? So when you shoot on some mobile phones, unless you edit on the mobile phone, it might be hard to retrieve that footage and then edit it. And so that becomes a challenging workflow. Some cameras, the file formats of the video doesn't, edit as good as others. So consider the workflow all the way from shooting your vlog to taking an SD card out, to putting it in your laptop, to editing it. Just what is the ease of workflow? And I feel like that is a very important consideration. So now that we have some of the important things to consider, let's jump into reviewing some of the most popular and best options for video blogging when it comes to cameras. So the first camera I would recommend for video blogging is your smartphone. Why? Because you already have it. Don't let gear trip you up. If you already have a smartphone, you could already be shooting videos today, editing videos today, and uploading them today with what you have. And a lot of times we want to get fancy gear before we've even gotten started. I encourage you, start with whatever you have and start making videos. But there are some downsides to a lot of smartphones, and specifically this is an iPhone 6. It is a great camera, it's a good video camera, but one of the biggest issues that I have with it is that it does not have image stabilization. And what that creates is it creates what I call jitter. And so we'll show some example footage, but when you hold the camera out, handheld, which is the case of most vlogging, it doesn't have a smoothness to it, and that is what image stabilization produces. The iPhone 6 Plus has image stabilization, and maybe a Droid or a Windows Phone or whatever you have, it might have it built in, but that makes footage, in my opinion, kind of hard to watch because that jitter is not pleasant.
One thing to note is that usually the selfie camera on your smartphone, and in the case of the iPhone 6, is not quite as good as the other cameras. And that's usually the camera that you're gonna vlog with, and that quality of the footage, as you can see, also goes down. Also, I'm in a lower light type of a situation here, and you can notice the grain is introduced and the quality of the footage is hindered a little bit in low light situations.
Also, the workflow of getting your footage off of your phone can be a little frustrating. I happen to be on PCs and I use iPhone, but I don't use a Mac laptop, so getting the footage off is a bit of a challenge. And having to worry about the storage on your phone, having to have some of those things. And so if it's all you have, I encourage you to get started, and you don't even actually need a laptop. You could just download an app to edit your videos and your vlogs right on your smartphone. But there are, in my opinion, better options by having a more dedicated camera. And so let's jump in to the next option. Another popular camera for video blogging is the GoPro. Now this is an older GoPro, a Hero 2, and there's lots of different models, and honestly, you could get started with any of them. One of the great things about it, of course, is it's very portable. It can fit in small places. The camera actually has pretty good audio. And
super wide angle. I know I'm in it. I have to be in it.
And it's a great option for shooting daily vlogs and videos. However, there are a few downsides. And when vlogging with a GoPro, because of the nature of the really fisheye lens,
the GoPro is very fisheye as a lens.
It's not very good for anything other than close-up shots of you talking to the camera. You can't film a city or a skyline and zoom in. You can sometimes crop the scene a little bit, but there isn't really any options of storytelling beyond talking directly to the camera and getting those really wide shots. And if you don't have the LCD attachment, you can never really see what you're doing. And so if it is what you have, it's a good option, but there are definitely some downsides. And GoPros do not have image stabilization. Some of the newer models might eventually be adding it. In one sense, it's not necessarily that necessary because the lens is so wide, and so you can kind of get away without having it. But for me, that smooth filming is super important, and GoPro definitely has some jitter.
And here's GoPro in the low light.
Some of the things that you might need to do if you have a GoPro is a lot of the people that use it for vlogging, they add some accessories. And so they add the frame piece that goes around it, and they add kind of like a selfie stick. And some of those things can really help vlogging with a GoPro. And so if that's an option that you're looking into, or you already have, it's something to get started with, but it's not what I would recommend for vlogging if you were looking for a camera starting from scratch. The third camera I would recommend is called the Canon ELPH 110HS. And I believe this is the best budget option even today for video blogging.
Love the 110HS, nice 24mm lens, good IS, kind of has a smoothness when filming it, and it's powerful.
I've used this a ton. Lots of prominent YouTubers and different people continue to use this camera and still use it. And you can pick these up for under $100 now, used on Amazon. And there's two options that I'd want you to look for. Look for the Canon 110HS or the Canon 300HS. And both of those are phenomenal cameras for vlogging. All of our standards for measurement. It's nice and light. It's very portable. It's built like a rock. You can really thrash these and let them, bounce around in your purse. It has phenomenal image stabilization. It's got a great 24mm lens, so it's nice and wide, so it gets a good shot when you're holding the camera on yourself.
110HS in low light.
It's got good zoom for telling stories and zooming in and shooting and maybe doing some other things creatively in your vlog. And it is just an all-around great camera. One of the only downsides is the audio is quite good on the camera, but the mic is just a little hole on the top, and so if you accidentally cover it with your finger, your audio will get messed up. And so again, if you are thinking about just getting into creating YouTube videos and creating vlogs, I would really recommend looking into getting one of these cameras. And specifically, some of them are discontinued, but you can find them used on Amazon, seriously, for super cheap. And so you could shop around, shop different colors, and sometimes you can find a discount if it's the red body or the black or the blue body and different things. Get an extra battery and some things if you're going to be shooting for a long time during the day. But this is still a phenomenal option for video blogging. The fourth recommendation that I have for you is called the Canon S120. This might be my ultimate pick out of all of these when it comes to best price for performance, for features, all combined. If you can spend a little bit more than you would on something else here, but not go all out and have to spend a ton of money, this is the camera to get. The Canon S120 is one of the most rock solid, beautiful photos, beautiful video, great for vlogging. 24mm lens, so it's nice and wide, good zoom. But these cameras over here, the iPhone, the GoPro, the ELPH 110, none of these do very good in low light. Once you get into this camera, you're starting to get into very good low light performance.
Here's a low light example of the Canon S120.
This camera is built like a rock. It's pretty much indestructible, and it is a great just workhorse to create constant YouTube videos and vlogs consistently. This is actually the camera that, as of shooting this video, my good friends It's Judy Time and Benji Man TV use. They've got two of these, and it consistently just creates awesome looking footage for her daily vlogs. Now, you could pick one of these up for like $350 new, and you could shop it down to probably about $250 used, and so really a great value. And another recommendation is actually to drop down one model from this. Go to the Canon PowerShot S110. My good friend Mike Folden shoots his vlogs, which are incredible, by the way. I'll link these up in the description. You gotta check these out. Actually shoots with a Canon PowerShot S110, and it just looks amazing. And so if you were thinking about even saving a little bit on price, and you could go up from the about 80 bucks that you could get this to about 180 and pick up a Canon PowerShot S110. So if you want to save a little bit of money, still get a lot of performance, check out the Canon S110 or the incredible S120. And lastly, my fifth recommendation is probably the hottest camera that everybody's raving about right now, and that is the Canon G7X. Lots of YouTubers have been jumping into using a Canon G7X, especially for professional shooting, but also just for vlogs and daily vlogs. And it's understandable why. It's got all of the power of the S120 and even better in low light. Better video, incredible looking photos, incredible features, and it has one thing that none of these other cameras have, and that is the flip up screen. And so really when it comes to vlogging, that's something that really can change the game, because now you can frame the shot and you can film yourself with that. However, I don't think that's a deal breaker. I mean, I think that plenty of people have been creating awesome videos for a long time, you know, without the flip up screen.
Touchscreen autofocus, nice image stabilization. Here's the Canon G7X in the same low light situation.
And the challenge with the G7X is that it is just kind of out of reach for some people financially. These guys run for, I think, about $650 new at the time of shooting this video, and you could probably get it for around $500 used, like new or refurbished. So this is definitely an option, and maybe it's one of the cameras that you've been considering, but the camera is definitely not built as tough as the Canon S120. It's a little more fragile, and it's just not quite as rock solid as this camera, which is also something you want it to be, because you want to protect your investment. And to be honest, it is a little big, it is a little bulky. It's heavier, it's quite a bit larger than the Canon S120. And so when it comes to carrying it around all day, it's just not as pleasant. But saying all that, the G7X is incredible. It's still a camera that I absolutely love. It's producing phenomenal videos for people. The audio sounds good, the video looks good. It does just astounding in low light. It is a great camera for you to consider. So thanks so much for checking out this video. Which of these cameras do you think is the best out of these 5, or is there a vlogging camera that you would recommend? I definitely want to hear your feedback and thoughts in the comments below. And then also remember to check out show notes in the description. I'll break down everything that we talked about in this video, bonus details, tips, and things that I forgot. Check those out. And then make sure to subscribe to Think Media TV for more videos like this, gear reviews and media tips and video tips to help you go further, faster in media. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Keep crushing it, and we will talk soon.
Cameras for days.
Follow the white ball. $5 to the person who can keep the white ball.
What are we even doing?
We're making history.
Call us the bird chasers.
You know, myth busters of birds.